Hi there, I'm Kevin Foster from Mugu Games, and this video will be a Khador vs Legion of Everblight battle. My opponent today will be Mike Crawford, and he will be running Absylonia, and I will be running eSorscha. We are playing the SR 2013 Outflank, which allows 1 point for controlling our own flag, 2 points for controlling our opponent's flags, and 3 points for dominating our opponent's flag. Mike's going to begin the game by moving his 2 Ravagors with his advanced move from his tier bonus. Then since he's going to move first, he is going to then continue to move Ravagors and attempt to shoot my Dune Reaver. It misses, and an unlucky deviation causes it to not hit a single one. Now he'll move his next Ravagor into the forest and attempt another shot. This one also is going to be short, and the deviation is not in his favor as well. He's going to move the rest of his beasts up after casting a few buffs on them. Fly this one over the building. He's going to move his Shepherd behind the building where there are actually 3 Shredders that are hidden from view. And then he's going to move each of the Shredders closer to the front of the battle. He will move a Forsaken close to his Carnivian and remove the Fury off of the Scythian. And then finally move one more Forsaken, which doesn't really have anything to remove any Fury from. For my turn, I'm going to begin by running my Mana Wars directly forward, and then I'm going to make sure they're in base to base to help block line of sight to my weaker Winter Guard in the back. I'm then going to run Beast 09 forward as well. Next I'll move eSorscha and her little attachments, the Dog and Reinhold. Now time to move my Winter Guard, which takes quite a while. I'm going to activate Kobnik Joe, and of course, make sure my Winter Guard infantry is tough this round. My K-Ozzy are going to run behind this building, and further block line of sight to the Winter Guard infantry. Next, I will run my Dragoon, and then I will come over, bump the camera, and run my Dune Reavers. And of course I don't notice that I bumped the camera the entire game. I'm running them here around these fire pits to make sure that they don't just light on fire and die. Mike's going to spend most of this round positioning himself where he's out of reach of my own Alpha Strike, but sets himself into quite a well position for his own. He's going to start the turn off by leeching some Fury off of his War Beast. However, he generated 1-2 meeting on accident and isn't able to pull one off of a Shredder here. The Shredder is going to fail its Berserk roll and turn and attack another Shredder just next to it. Now the Shredder is actually going to do a decent amount of damage and leave his other Shredder at about half-life. Next up, he's going to move his Shepherd, which is hidden behind this building here, closer to his Shredders. He's going to fly Angelus over behind the forest to keep him out of line of sight of my Dragoon. And then he is going to move 2 of the non-Berserk Shredder into base-to-base contact with this flag here. He's going to activate his Ravagor and attempt to shoot my Dune Reavers again.
This time it is indeed in range,
However, he misses and again deviates in the wrong direction. His next Ravagore is going to fire, and this one is actually going to hit my Doom Reaver and leave it destroyed. Next, he's going to move his Carnivian forward. And then follow that by moving his Scythian. He's going to move Absylonia forward. Thinks about it and decides he'd rather have her hiding slightly in the forwards. He'll move a Forsaken forward and pull off a few more Fury points from his Scythian. And then he'll have his other Forsaken move forward, and it's going to pull off the Fury from the Carnivian. I'm going to begin the turn by charging Beast 09 into a group of Shredders. I'm going to use a Thresher attack, and after a couple boost to hits, I'm going to hit both of them. The charge damage will kill the one on the right, however the damage will not be the one to kill the one on the left. I'll buy another attack, and that'll be enough to finish that Shredder off for good. Now I'm going to attempt to run my Mana Wars, and this one is unable to actually get into base-to-base contact with the flag. The rest of them will be running forward into Search and Doom from the Scythian and Carnivian. Next up, I'm going to run these Doom Reavers to shut down these Ravagores for a little bit. Next, I will begin by running my Chaosis to hold this flag. Now I'm going to run the Dragoon in a funny kind of way to make sure he can get base to base with this flag. Now I now control both of the flags. Next up is to bob and weave my Winter Guard forward. They're going to take a shot at the Scythian here. However, unfortunately, only 4 of them are in range, and they're not going to do a significant amount of damage. Finally, I move Kovnik Joe to make sure I give them tough again. At the end of the round, the score is Khador 3, Legion 0. Mike will begin his turn by using Angelius to charge Beast 09. Now, Beast 09 is going to use Hyper Aggression to move back into Angelius. However, as you will see, Angelius will use his Animus to shove everyone back away. Next, he's going to move a Shepherd and pull a Fury off of Angelius. Next up, Scythian is going to charge a Manowar and quite easily kill both the Manowar and the Dragoon. Next up, he'll use his remaining Shredder to charge the dismounted Dragoon and finish him off quite easily. Next, he's going to move one of his Forsaken over to prepare for an explosion to wipe out the rest of my Doom Reavers. Now he's going to use his Carnivian, who has Playing God upkeep spell on him, which gives him reach to come in and take out a bunch more of my men. The breath attack from the assault overlaps several Winter Guard, however, he isn't able to hit a single one with 17 defense. We have some technical difficulties where apparently the camera decided to stop recording for several minutes, and during this time you missed that the Ravagors took out the majority of the Doom Reavers. Mike was able to recapture his own flag, but unable to contest or capture my own, leaving the score 4-1. I'm going to start my turn by moving the War Dog out of my way, and then moving eSorscha forward. However, the video camera again takes out a chunk of time, and you're going to miss me cycloning eSorscha forward to kill the remaining Shredder, and popping my feet. The Man-O-Wars are going to charge both the Scythian and the Carnivian, and with the feet up are going to do a pretty good amount of damage. Now it's time to move the Death Star forward and Captain Planet, the only remaining model to contest the flag, which is the Scythian. And sure enough, all 15 of them are in range.
Wind! Water! Hot! Go! Planet! By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet!
The Winter Guard Death Star is successfully capable of doing 30 damage to the Scythian with one blast. And that leaves the flag open for me to run Beast 09 forward and capture another 3 points at the end of the turn, bringing the score 7-1, and with only 5 points needed to win the objective, I win the game.